David, we're back in one of your paddocks. We're continuing our world famous video footage, whatever they are. We had rain the last couple of days, David, which has definitely had some impact already in the last 48 hours. However, you pulled stock out of here some days ago. Do you want to talk us through when you did, why you did, and what outcomes you were looking for in this particular paddock?
Okay. You can see, well, you can't see, but I can see there was a lot of dry feed in here, and there was quite a bit of green stuff underneath it. And you can see there's still, when we pulled cattle out of here, there were still green shoots on a lot of these plants. So any green you can see here now, it's about 18 days since they were grazing where we're standing. So any green you can see actually recovered before it rained.
See if I can get a bit of that.
That's pretty significant.
Oh, I'm not sure if you can see that there. Hopefully you can. There's a couple of inches on there, isn't there?
Yep. So this paddock grew right out and went to seed in the spring. We had a very wet September, October, early November. I'd never seen it as wet here, so there was a lot of moisture in the ground. Everything went crazy. We had some phalaris plants that were 2 feet higher than my head, which, if you can believe it.
Wow.
So that left a lot of dry material to try and chew our way through, and we wanted to get some of it recycled through the cattle. And it's good mixture because there's dry stuff there. They get a mouthful of dry stuff as they're going after the green at the ground, further down towards the ground. But what we did in this paddock, and actually there's 3 paddocks here, all adjacent to each other, and there was just too much material for the cattle to effectively graze. So what happens if you put cattle into an area where there's a mountain of feed and there's a lot of dry stuff there and some green, what'll happen is if you put them in as one paddock, they'll eat all the greenery out of it very quickly. And then, however, if you want to leave them there to try and do a job on recycling some of this dry stuff, they'll be lacking greenery and they'll start to affect their performance a bit. So what we did here is we split this little paddock's about 11 hectares, I think. We split it into 3 with electric tape and tread-ins, and we grazed it in 3 blocks, and that was very effective. We got about 4 more days than we would have planned if we'd put them in here as one paddock. So creating more divisions, increasing density.
It's right.
The marvels of modern technology.
It's a Prime Minister.
Sort of.
He wants you to help him with some ag policies, Dave.
It's always bad politics to block one when it's your wife, isn't it?
It wasn't Mary, I promise.
Anyway, no. So increasing the density, I'm really happy with the way this looked, because I was wondering how we were going to manage to do an effective graze on this country, and I'm really happy with it because it's put quite a lot of material on the ground. There's 100% ground cover, and so this is a really good result.
So I guess it's all about trying to reduce their ability to select what they want, so that you can get them to do what you want them to do, isn't it? That's the method.
Yeah.
And when will you be putting stock back in here, David, do you think?
It'll be, so it's August now. It won't be till probably around Christmas time, I would think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. With this bit of rain and hopefully some in spring, it'll be 8 foot high again.
Well, we hope it doesn't get that big. But anyway, no, we'll be, if we get normal spring rain, and they're still predicting it to be 3 months lower than average.
Wow.
But you can get a very good spring even if you get limited rain in the growing season, you still get a good spring here. So I'm very optimistic, and I'm really happy that we've had this bit of rain. These paddocks are going to look wonderful in about a fortnight.
Very timely. Thank you, David.
Thanks.
Off to our next one.
Yes.